Basket by Marcus Cooper. Basket by Troy Silva. Basket by Troy Silva. Basket by Hayden Ford. 3-point basket by Troy Silva. By James Carey, assist by Marlon B. Basket by Troy Silva. Basket by Moses Greenwood. Thank you for joining us this evening, and please drive home safely.
Jay Ladner and senior guard Eddie Polanco.
Yeah.
Expecting junior guard Marlon Beal to come.
He should be walking in shortly. I mean, let's give, first of all, good friends from William Carey credit. A lot of people that I personally am associated with. Coach Knight for William Carey's been coaching for 36, 37 years. Mike, I can't remember what it was. I think 36 years. He's an institution. He was coaching there when I was growing up in Hattiesburg, which obviously you can look at me and tell me that was a long time ago. Been very successful. We tried to tell our players the type of game it was going to be. I don't think they paid much attention. Didn't seem like we paid much attention to it, but I think you have to give William Carey credit. We got off to a fast start. I liked the way Eddie shot the ball earlier in the game and kind of got us off, but it looks like from that point forward we just shut it down. Really displeased with our effort in the second half. Really displeased. They had ended up with 18 offensive rebounds, which is, to be frank, to give up 18 offensive rebounds to any team is a disgrace. And that's just, there's no other way to put it. I can't candy coat that. 14 of them were in the second half, most of them just by poor fundamentals or lack of effort. And we'll obviously got some work to do. So I don't, we were started at UAB and then at Jackson State, and then now we've had a deterioration each game. Each game, their opponent's shooting percentage has gone up. Generally lack of effort right there. Thank goodness, as I look at the stat sheet, they were 12 of 25 from the foul line, or we would have lost. But, you know, John Wooden defines winning in success as doing the best with what you have. And so sometimes you can lose the scoreboard, but really you're successful if you got as close to your potential as you possibly can. I didn't see that from us tonight. So we may have won on the scoreboard, but we certainly didn't win in my book. And I'm not pleased. Thank goodness it was an exhibition game. I hope our players have enough pride in themselves that they're not pleased. But that is in any way taken away from outstanding effort by William Carey. And they battled and fought, and as the game went on, they got more confident, and you have to give those guys credit. And I thought they outfought us. First of all, I thought they outcoached us. Second of all, I thought they outfought us, out-toughed us, all the things that good teams should do. It may sound like I'm being harsh. I think I owe it to our players and to our people to call it like it is, and that's the way I see it. So anyway, I'm very disappointed in tonight's effort. I'm very proud of William Carey and the job they did, and like I said, I don't want in any way, but giving up 18 offensive rebounds is no way to carry into the beginning of the regular season. So we've got some work to do in 2 days. I certainly believe on a positive note that it's correctable. I've seen it. But we've got to kind of get back to playing Southeastern Louisiana basketball, and that's grit and toughness. We always talk about being representative of the type of people here in our region, and that certainly wasn't tonight. We look like a finesse team, and I don't want to be known as that. We're not going to be known as that. Finesse guys can go play somewhere else. We're going to be grit and grind. That's what we're going to be about. So we'll find out between now and Friday who wants to play basketball.
Any questions, Coach? So, Coach, with all that being said, what's going to be your main area of focus going into your matchup on Friday?
Well, Jordan, that's a great question. It's so massive, you know, it's hard for me to tell. But I tell you where it's going to start. There's so many things to cover. Our offensive execution was poor. Our defensive execution was poor. Our rebounding was poor. Our handling of the basketball was poor. We were soft for loose balls all night. But it's going to start with effort, okay? Or there's going to be some guys find the bench. So we've had 3 exhibitions now, or a scrimmage and 2 exhibitions. Ever call it 3 games? You call it what you want. And so the ones that have gotten out there have had plenty of chances. They're either going to put up or shut up. But I can tell you, it's going to start with hustling. We're going to start playing basketball the way it's supposed to be played. This is not going to get it.
Coach, in the second half, you guys went 1 of 6 from the three-point line. It looks like you guys struggled getting into your offensive sets at times.
I think that's about as beautiful as it could be said. I totally agree. I can't that we didn't run offense. It's his responsibility to run offense. We couldn't run off. We either couldn't, didn't, or wouldn't. And I'm gonna say wouldn't because I know we can. I've seen us do it. Y'all have seen us do it. We're one of the better when we're executing, one of the better offensive teams in the country. But we've decided for some reason that we're gonna kind of just do our own thing, and that's what ball stuck in our hands out there. We talk about ball having 2 seconds to move or make a decision, either shoot the basketball, drive the basketball, or you're gonna pass the ball. Ball would stick in our hands for 10, 12, 14 seconds. And then by that time, the shot clock has already deteriorated, and then we're forced to just take up whatever shot came, you know. And I thought we were soft inside on both ends. A lot of times we would get the basketball in there, and just any little bump knocks us out of the way. We one hand for the ball when it requires 2. Ball bouncing off of our hands. That happened against Jackson State. It happened again tonight. But we're gonna get it straight. I can tell you that. That's all I can say. But you're right on. Poor execution, or I wouldn't even call it execution. I don't know what we were doing, running around. I can see that style of basketball right over at the Pennington Center. I don't need to come to the University Center to watch supposedly a Division I team run around and do that. And that's what we look like. I can go right now over there and get 5 guys off the floor at Pennington And I could get Jordan Reams right here and 4 other guys, and we find guys that play a better quality of basketball than that.
Any questions for players?
Eddie, you started out really hot. I think you made 4 of your first 4 threes. Can you kind of talk through that a little bit of what you were feeling?
I've been putting in work, you know, the last couple of days I've been going to the gym and putting shots up. And I want to give credit to coaches and managers that have been there for me, you know, rebounding. And I also want to give credit to my teammates for like finding me and giving me the ball when I had the high hand.
I really thought that was one of the few highlights we had, you know, the kind of way we started. And I thought we did a good job on a positive note when you're looking for positives is finding Eddie early. And he's certainly capable of shooting. And I will say this, we've got a lot of guys that do put a lot of time in terms of getting in here and shooting and those type of things. But we can't lose focus of what competing, you know. There's one thing to go out there and just get shots up, you know. But basketball comes down to, it's like football. I mean, you got to block and tackle to win in a football game. In basketball, you got to defend and rebound. You got to defend, and it's not glamorous. It's not cute. You don't see guys working on that stuff, you know. I mean, it's hard to do, but it's about the grit and the grind, and that's our issue. We've got plenty enough good players. The fortunate thing, and it starts with me. I apologize to the players within for letting us lapse into tonight's performance. Obviously, I didn't have us ready to play, so it starts with me. But I'm gonna fix mine, and because I'm gonna fix mine, they're gonna fix theirs.
Any more questions?
Marlon, I just wanted you went 9 of 9 from the free throw line. You got in. You made a lot of contact. And so I kind of wanted to ask about what was was there a certain mentality? Because I know at certain points it seems like you would be at half court and you just kind of turn it on all of a sudden.
I mean, they weren't really guarding the ball screens right, and they just wasn't stopping me from doing what I was doing. So I just whatever was working, and then the offense. I wasn't really getting us in the offense, and that was one of the only things that was really working. So if they can't stop it, just keep doing it.
Any more questions? Thank y'all. Thanks, Coach. Thanks, guys.
All right, thank y'all.
Thank you.